สวัสดีครับต้อนรับเข้าสู่เทศกาลบางกอกแหวกแนวเทศกาลทางความคิดครั้งแรกของกรุงเทพมหานครนะครับผมวารินทร์ สัจเดลรับหน้าที่ดำเนินรายการในเซสชันนี้นะครับ Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bangkok Edge Festival, the first Ideas Festival being held in Bangkok, and my name is Varin Sachade. Very honored to be your moderator for the session. This Bangkok Leading Edge, the title of the first session, has been made possible by the support from ACIOLA, and I think I'm not in the best position to introduce what ACIOLA is doing because it's the crowdfunding platform, and we have with us here this afternoon Namoto Jira to introduce us about what ACIOLA does. So please welcome on the stage and tell us a bit more about ACIOLA.
So what do you have? I'd like to speak a little about ACIOLA. We are a new crowdfunding platform that just launched here in Thailand in support of the arts, and we're very happy to be supporting this talk called Bangkok's Leading Edge. We support artists like Alex Face, and we've had many great ideas come in where we're trying to find funding for specific projects that artists come up with. So we'd like to invite everybody, obviously, to check out www.aciola.com. And with people starting their new ideas, we've opened up the platform so that youngsters can come up and create their own campaigns to look for funding. Obviously, crowdfunding is a new thing here in Thailand, and we're in the process of educating and spreading the ideas. And we hope we're able to create good change through funding through lots of different people coming in and supporting these projects. So we'd like to thank everybody, and without further ado, I'd like to hand the stage over to our speakers today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay. That's the sponsor of this panel, ACIOLA. It's a crowdfunding platform, so check it out, yeah? All right, now on to the very first session for this afternoon, which will be moderated by Philip Cornwel-Smith, who was invited to put together this panel on Bangkok pop culture. Living in Bangkok for over 22 years, he has become an authority of Thai culture. As the author of the book titled Very Thai, Philip was also the founding editor of Bangkok's first city magazine, Metro, and the Time Out Bangkok guidebook. And I'd like to invite Philip on the stage to introduce all the other panelists himself. Please give a big round of applause to Philip. And as I understand, they'll be doing the speeches, and they'll do some discussion, and then at the end, there'll be some Q&A session for the audience to participate as well. So please make sure that you participate if you have any questions at the end. Thank you.
Is this on? Okay, well, I'd like to welcome everybody here. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for This is better. Yes. Thank you very much to Bangkok Edge for providing this incredible platform for people in Bangkok to talk about things that matter to Bangkok. It's a very rare opportunity, and we appreciate it. Now, Bangkok is a world city, and it has very many international caliber arts, entertainments, and fashions. But also, it's got traditional values that quite often restrict change and innovation. So there's a balance that gets a bit tricky here in pursuing original ideas. Now, Bangkok isn't only rigid, it's also quite ambiguous. So there's a little bit of flexibility and wiggle room in how you can move the culture forward. But it does take a certain delicacy to be able to work on those edges of the main street culture to create new artistic space and to put new ideas out there. Now, today we're lucky to have three of Bangkok's leading creative talents. We're going to hear a bit about their own journeys, how they came through their art forms to present their observations and ideas, and also to sometimes create their artwork in new spaces that weren't art spaces before. They cover various different aspects of our cultural life. the more formal arts, represented here by film, with Gongde Deteranrasamy. He's an acclaimed screenwriter and film director. Some of his most famous films are Seiyu, P47, Tan Wong, which won Film of the Year, and the most recent release, Snap. From the more social arts of nightlife and design, we've got Hongsuan Gambusok, who's better known as DJ Note. Now by day, he's a graphic designer, but he turns into somebody else at night. He's the founder of Dude Suite, which is a kind of nightlife concept which keeps changing the theme and concept of parties and how they can include contemporary art, fashion, indie music. They're always very different, and they're always in a different location each time. So he keeps the whole thing moving that way. And from the public space, from the street, we have one of Thailand's top graffiti artists, Alex Face, and his work is now collectible in art galleries and has been commissioned by organizations, including the recent Book Brook Street Art Festival in Bangkok. Now, because graffiti is probably the most outsider art, I think we'll start with Alex Face. So, go ahead, Alex.
Hello, sorry, Cap. Afternoon and happy time.
Hello. Okay. ครับผม
Okay, I'm gonna start with my first graffiti. I started painting the wall in 2002. I think back in the day, hip-hop culture started in Bangkok. You know, and graffiti, MC, DJ, I think they started at the same time. I think at that time I just had fun to go out and paint at night. You know, I just look for the magazine and say, oh wow, it's cool. And I want to try to do the same. I just brought a can and then go out and paint. And the first one, when I started, and yeah, I just keep painting. It's like that's piece, you know, before I just paint the face, I think. Graffiti is like put your name everywhere. And myself just like put my face everywhere, you know, like say hello to everyone, you know. And the half it is easy to do, like you just do half it and you go, because I just do like illegal, you know, like nail art people just go and paint and just, but it's, I can say it's like, I don't know, you know, maybe not good, but that's what I start. And then I'm painting the face for like 7 years. And I'm start to be boring the face. Like a lot of people say, oh, Alex face just paint the face. He can't do anything else. I said, okay, I just boring and then try to do something different. So I just changed to be the baby face because I have a baby at that time, and my life changed. I said, wow, yeah, when I had a baby, everything, yeah, in my life a bit. You know, big thing, big change. And yeah, why not? Why not paint a baby face on the wall? You know, just draw the baby face and then keep drawing. This is my first piece I did in Chiang Mai. And I still paint the same thing. Yeah, with the baby. And my idea with the baby face, okay, I can tell the story when I saw my baby face in the first time. She made the face like look around, like worry something. It's just like, wow, why you look at me like that? You know, like, are you worried about the future? It's just like my idea come up, yeah, and make me want to paint a wall about tell the story to the people. Like you have to worry about the future. Like how the next generation gonna grow up, what they're gonna see in the future. Because I think my life in last 20 years, you know, like everything changed so fast. Like in my hometown, Shashinsao, now all the factory. Like before, it used to be the rice farm forever. Like I mean, like you know, rice farm everywhere, but now the whole land is factory. So it's made me paint. Keep going more. And in Bangkok, back in, I think 1997, At that time, we have like Tom Yam Goong crisis. I think they have a lot of abandoned building because like economy collapse. So that's the good spot to paint in Bangkok. That's the first choice we can paint. So we have so many abandoned buildings. That's really good fun. You go in and then hang out. You find something fun in there. Yeah. And this painting, I just try to make a roof for her because our building needs no roof. I try to connect my painting with here and here. Try to read the story. Yeah, our abandoned building. Yes, this piece, the talking, the word talking. I think in Thailand we need talk. Or the problem, I don't want to talk about political, but yeah, everyone know about that. But when they're talking, they're still like, oh, sorry, smiling, smiling, a bit like we're smiling. Okay, next. This piece I just painted when we had the problem in Bangkok. It's not long ago with the bomb in Ratchaprasong. But next day, I just go and paint this one. I just want to tell the stories like everyone panic. Everyone talk about the bomb and we don't know what's going on and we don't know what happened, like the fact. So it just paints like close your eye, your ear, your mouth, but we don't know what happened. But I just don't want to tell about like what happened, I just want to say like, oh, we don't know anything about that. Just really complicated, that's it. Hopewell. Yeah, like they live like the column for 20 years and we don't do anything with the column. So why not we just go and paint? It's really expensive canvas. It's like 200,000 baht for the column for one, oh sorry. See that? This one, 200,000. It's like, wow, a lot of fun, painted on that. And that day, I met the guy, he worked for the train, they work for the train, yeah. And he looked at me, I just like, hey, what you doing? I just like, oh, okay, are you be around here? If you be around here, you come back in like 3 hours, you're gonna know what I'm doing. I just look at him again, oh, are you work for the train, for the office? Yes. So, uh-oh. It's like, okay, so can I do something here? Can I pay something here? It's like, I just want to know what you're gonna do. Is make sure I don't get in trouble. Because he just worried I paint something about political or like do something really bad for them. I just say, no, I just paint a kid. I just paint a baby. I do something beautiful for you. Say, okay, go ahead. And I just paint like, no dam, because like at that time, like, we had a problem with Mawong Dam, so they can cut the tree or make the dam. So I don't think it's good to just make like, make the dam, no dam. And still now, I think, the columns still, they try to make the project in Bangkok, but I don't know when it's gonna finish. This piece, quite a long time ago, in Siam Square, Soy 6. My idea, I try to connect with the environment around the world. So every time when I go out and paint, I try to look around the neighborhood, maybe talk to the people, and try to get a story from them. Like, hey, what's going on here? Like, chit-chat with the people first, try to get information, because I think when I paint a wall, I just go and paint, and then I leave them. So people around the neighborhood, they're gonna stay with the wall for a long time. I don't want to do something like bad and make them like feel like not like it. I try to do something good for them too, and I don't like people to get mad to me when I go. I need them to be happy. Yeah, this is the hotel. Sometimes we get commission work because they saw from the wall and hey, Ali, you want to come do something for us? So yeah, why not? It's a little bit different when I'm painting the wall because we have like concept, or we have to think about that. And when sometimes I'm trying to do something new, change to be like 3D sculpture. I think it's more fun for me to like do something in the wall and then maybe we can do something else. We'll just try to make the sculpture too. And then we do in the gallery because I have to make some money. You know, we paint the wall, we don't have any money, so that's the way we can make money. But I think when we do in a gallery or we do in on the street, it's different thing. Some people think like when I'm doing in a gallery still street art, but it's not. But for me, sometimes when I'm painting in the studio, and I get some idea to go paint outside, and sometimes I go paint on the street, and I get some idea to come back to do my work in the studio. So I think it's the same thing, but a bit different feeling. But this one, I did the show in 2012. Yes, long time ago. The painting from the story from my baby and my adventure. Yeah, we start with the masterpiece painting. Yeah. But I think graffiti and impressionist painting, like something similar, because impressionists they have to go out and paint outside to collect the life on the like they need to go out. But same thing with the graffiti or street art, they need to go out and paint too. That's why I try to get them together. It's another kind of work on the canvas. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yeah, thank you very much.
Alex.
That's
Really
what
interesting. Thank you. And now we'll hear from Gongded, who's going to talk about how art movies are moving into more of the mainstream acceptance, or not. We'll find out. Thank you.
Hello, I'm so poor in English. I hope that I can survive this panel. So, don't laugh. I cannot make a joke. Okay. Anyway, I'll talk about the way that I make movie all along 15 years. I started 15 years ago with a major studio, and my first movie is called Seyu. It's the name of the porn magazine, which is very popular in Thailand around 25 or 30 years ago, but now it's already disappeared. This film is about the identity and gender of in the society, the space of every gender in society, and also about the coup in that time. It's a small movie, but it gets some money, and I can make it with a major studio. That's a very good luck for me. And then the second movie, it's called Midnight My Love. It's about a taxi driver falling in love with a massage parlor. I used very popular actor and actress in that time, so they get a lot of money in box office. But in a way, the story is about how fast that our society changed, and what I try to do in that film, it's about try to visualize radio soap drama into the picture. And I got lucky in that time. I still shooting the movie with the film, And then after that, okay, after my third movie flop, I just realized that the film industry in Thailand is already changed, and yeah, the major studio want to do the business, and they don't take a risk anymore. So for me, from that time, film industry in Thailand is getting more boring and boring. And but I still want to make my own story, so I have to try another way to make it. So I start to making film without a studio and find the funding, make it independent way, and then my first independent movie is come out is P047. It's also about identity in our life. The concept is our life is like a compilation of the thing that we steal from the other. So the way that I telling the story is quite difficult. It's non-linear, but it's quite success in the film festival and also in Thailand, because I mean independent movie. In that time, it's get the highest box office for independent movie, more than Apichat Home. I'm so lucky. And then because of my leading actor, he's a very popular musician, like Greasy Cafe. He was here yesterday. A lot of fan club, you know. And then after that, I got a chance to make many kind of work, like a short film. This one it's called Atlantis. It's a short film that we show in the Thai PBS channel. It's about a flooding disaster in around 5 years ago, that Bangkok, yeah, got in the flooding disaster, and it's about mermaid and myth, yeah. Okay, so then the next one is Thang Wong. Thang Wong is around 2 years ago. I got funding from Ministry of Culture. They just want me to make movie about Thai culture. So yeah, someone have gave me money to making film. So I give them back the movie that question themselves that what the hell is Thai culture nowadays and who care. So the Tamil is quite success in Thailand and got many awards. I put so many elements that we still have a question in Thai society nowadays. Thai dance, mock, science contest, and pray to a shrine, make a vow, many things in Thailand, even cover dance from Korea pop. So that's a kind of contemporary, and I think that make audience can feel about it and get into it. So last year, I'm not sure, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started making my first documentary. This is my first time for documentary. And I have a fund from TV channel, True channel. Just want me to make some documentary. But I make documentary about the Buddha religion and about a little novice, and give the question them back again, that now we still need religion, or for nowadays we have so many subculture, and we have our own religion. maybe, like Greasy Cafe, maybe one religion. So yeah, this documentary is give them back that question, and it's quite good. And this work is a music video for Modern Dog. Just last year, I found the news in the internet about the vendor in the flower market, Akrong Talat, is very nearby here. They have an aerobic dance every morning in the market, in the center of the market. So I think I want to record it. And Bob, the singer of the Modern Dog, he agreed. So I made this music video in the atmosphere of the flower market. Yes, and this is spot. So yeah, even in the shop, they still dance. I think this is very Thai. Yeah. And this is my latest shot. This one, the story is very interesting. I'm graduate from Suan Kulap School. Suan Kulap is a very popular high school in Thailand. And many of the graduate students from this school, they got great success in the country. Maybe some of them are prime minister in Thailand. Some of them are very famous singer like Modern Dog or Body Slam. So last year they planned to make some very big concert. They got Body Slam, Modern Dog, Other Dogs, Armchair, many bands, many popular bands. And they just gave me a very tiny budget to make some short film to screen it between when they change the set of the band. So I thought about it for a while because the budget is very tiny. But who will care what will screen after very lousy noise of music and after the dance and scream? So I try to do something. So I forced them to read the film. All along the story of this short film, I used the conversation from the Facebook page of our graduate student from the school. And stories about how hard we have to carry to be the graduate student from that school, because most of our friends are success. And if we are not, how can we survive? It's too much for us. So it's quite success because after the dance and this shot is screening, they keep quiet because they have to read it. You have to read all along the movie. The picture it's just a picture, but story it's in. Okay, and this is the latest work, my latest feature film. It's called Snap. Actually, the plot is just a love story, but I put some political in the background because the story takes place about 2 years ago when they have a coup. Yeah. So yeah, Thai national anthem. Yeah. Or just something in the frame behind the character. But even it's a love story, but the audience can get what I want to tell. I actually just want to record what happened in our society. So all along of my work, you can see that actually I just want to record what happened in our society. The point is I think film industry is just changed 15 years ago when I started, the film industry is much better than this. We can make some weird or strange project with a major studio, but nowadays we cannot anymore. So nowadays you got only a rom-com movie or just ghost movie. But that's easier for us as an independent filmmaker to make something different because we have so many things to talk about, but it's still very hard to find funding to make it like a business cycle. It's still not good for us. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. And now we'll have Note Dude Sweet, who will talk about what he's seen from the DJ booth over 13 years at night.
Hello, it's me. Happy Valentine's Day. How are you, Cedric? Bringing a girlfriend to the top, huh? What's up there? Netflix and chill? What I'm going to talk about is, well, basically I'm doing a party. Once upon a time there was a party called Dusuit. It's a place where all the hipsters, back then we don't have that word, we called it like the alternative kids, and all the people that would graduate from art school or like outside band. They would go to this party called Dusuit. Not anymore. They go to some more sexy places. But what I want to show you is not what I did, but is what I've seen for the DJ booth. It's my privilege to just standing in front of people for 13 years every month and see how ugly people could be and how beautiful people could be as well. My talk, I don't know if it's going to be useful for any of you, but I hope that it might help you feel okay when you look back at yourself in a party. Because everyone could be very ugly at some point. How to use this? Oh, is it back to the beginning? Yeah. Where? Okay. Okay, this is me, that's you. I'm here, you're there. Let's see. I just go through about 8,000 photos of the parties. Party photo parties from the time that we don't have smartphones and we use Nokia phone or sometimes film. And what I've seen is that it's really interesting. Everything about it, like the hair, the face, the shirt, the print, and you can. Then I try to analyze what's going on back then, why they dress like that, and why do it look like this, and what's going to be next, what should I wear, and what the business of fashion really affect people these days. Why the fashion, like high fashion, really people really look up to that, or people just looking for someone else, especially now when the magazine business is so dead. Fashion, like the big fashion like Gucci, Chanel, whatever, really still have influence on the way people dress to the party. And I would say that dressing up to the party is that how we use fashion, right? I don't think like the fashion catwalk really tells you the zeitgeist of the time we live in, but that how people apply or adapt the fashion on themselves, and the place that they could show their style is in the party. But please note that this is not like a big party I'm doing, right? Okay, so I divided in 3 eras, and this is 13 years, so we can count it as 1 decade of fashion. My party started in 2002, and that when I was like 22 or something. And I call it Post Dojo City, and then the MySpace and Instagram. Let's start with the first one, Post Dojo City. Looking back in the late 90s, we have this big record label called Bakery, and they produce kind of catchy pop music, and also the style as well. It's for the first time that the record label really come up with like the whole picture and visual and sounds get together, and they produce this kind of stuff, which was really big thing, especially this one. I would say she's the first band, Boy and Joy, she's the first band that introduced, we call it spaghetti dress. She made Thai girls look sexier. And because before that, if you just showed too much, your mom wouldn't let you out of the house. And what with this, she makes everything okay. Because then all the teenagers look like that now. If your mom says it's not right, then your mom has a problem. Okay, and then with that, so it's all about t-shirts. You know, the thing about this, okay, this is what we did now. Back then we were like kind of underground party, and we didn't expect it to be like, you know, live this long. I thought I was going to do it only like 3 nights and stop, and never stopped till now. I'm feeling old this day, making parties, seeing those kids dancing in front of me. Anyway, okay, this is the first. This is what happened in 2002, and most of these people, they study art and they're in the band, so they probably have some kind of, you know, sense of dressing up. But they dress like that. And so when you look back, and when I look at this photo, and I thought, like, why people look the same? And I thought it probably because we don't have much choices back then. We only have, we don't have Thai designers, maybe, but people don't really interested in it. People would go buy stuff from the weekend market or Siam Square, not Siam Center. And with the limited of choice, so people look the same. And the other thing is the makeup. There's no foundation back in the day. You can tell when people don't put makeup on is when you shot the flash at them. And also, I want you to notice the attitude of people in the picture as well when they get, you know, shot, when they get photo taken. It's kind of different as well back in the day when you don't see any mobile phones in these images. And back in the day is people really, you know, the way they play with the camera when they don't get used to someone taking their photos. And for this girl, this could be like what's the light? Oh. This could be the sexy look back then. Or this. And then the silhouette of it is all the baggy is stuff from the 90s. Remember when we had like all those vanilla ice and, you know, all those hanging jeans and baggy jeans. The funny thing is, it's coming back again. How horrible. Okay, this is how people do the makeup. This is 2006. I think that's when the girls learn how to look prettier. But it's just come bit by bit, not just a whole makeup like a mask. But it go like maybe a little bit of this. How if I paint my lip later? And before that we don't have the social media where you can buy like amazing product online easy, like all the, you know, super whitening lotion, and, you know, so people just go to a shopping mall. Okay, and this group supposed to be like the coolest kids group of kids those days. I don't see her anymore. If I see her, I'm gonna send this photo to her. Okay, and not only in the bar. If you look at the fashion back then, all the leading brand, you know, in the 90s, the early 2000s, we have all these 3 brands that really played a big role. And look at how you design. And if you look back at, it's kind of the same, right? So it's go in line with this and all the strict. Oh, I remember I love wearing this kind of stuff. And the polo shirt, polo neck. I don't know, but I don't think it's make anyone look good in that. Anyone wearing that? So, sorry about that. Okay. So it's kind of baggy thing. And skinny jeans, if you notice, like, we don't see much skinny jeans this time. Okay, the whole picture is gonna look like this. If girls would have the same hair, and a guy, the spirit hair, I mean, if I have to pick one photo of the look of the 2000-ish, it would look like something like this. This hair is iconic. And this is very late 90s. And see, light makeup, show your skin, even it's not very nice. But so back then it's about like, I don't care what to go out, and this art can look good. I don't know, they don't have much to sell, don't they? And the next one, MySpace. This is my favorite time of party actually. When the fashion kind of takes so much from the street, you know. I used to work for a magazine during 2000, and I remember how exclusive you are if you work for a magazine. Like, and the first fashion magazine, you would get invited, and people think, oh, you're so cool, you got a magazine. And then in 2007, everything changed, and music changed dramatically. It was like all the Britpop stuff, and suddenly we have some kind of electronic sounds. You know, the British band like the Clarkson and stuff like that, and you know that kind of music, like, it's something like Jay Monton would do. I remember the fashion people don't really make fashion, create fashion. Oh no, they don't make. What should I say? The people on the street is more important to fashion than the people who keep talking about fashion all the time. This guy, all our friends, and it starts from here, I would say. In 2007, that time we used High Five in Bangkok. That is like Facebook of today. But for the people who into music, they would go to MySpace, and those would have the most followers. MySpace for all this kind of music lovers. I'm sorry, it's too early for me. Sunday, should you wake up at 3? Okay, and this is what it looked like. Suddenly this band, the Clarkson, brings all the trend, music-wise and fashion-wise, and that's really nice, but they don't really do anything much with the fashion thing of the people on the floor. And if you see, it's all about colors. Back in Thailand, there are more and more the kids who just graduated. You have to know that during 2000 there were many the fashion school. There are more fashion students than ever before. Many universities have a fashion department, and that means after 4 years they graduated and they started a little business, maybe in the weekend market or no online shop yet, but sometimes sell to their friends. So, and it's in the beginning of the party photos, we have copper snakes, and in Thai we have many kids that would go to the club and with the camera and take photos and put on MySpace. So when the camera comes, you need to dress up. Everything we share, even those we have to share the policy as well. We used to play like kids rock band, and we try to be a little bit electronic again, and try to form the silk screen poster that you see before. We kind of come to the photo because everyone crazy about photo with big flash back then, and all the colorful things. You can't be just black and white punk rock any longer. And here come to Bangkok now. The thing that's really important when you go out, it was like eyeglasses, all these the glasses from the future. Even I can resist it. And then because so it much different from the first period that I show you. It's more color now, and now the boob looks bigger than before. Okay, and now we start to have. I'm sorry on this photo, but I always forget to take picture of people, and we have our photographer, and he always do it inside, didn't do it outside. So you can see like the silhouette of people getting slimmer, more skin, better hair. Look at Thai fashion. It's the peak of Thai fashion brand. It's the rise of Thai fashion brand. We have lots of local brands like Soresis and Corset and Disaya that make it international, worn by Paris Hilton and stuff like that. And it's a good thing. It's kind of inspiring for all the kids who want to study design, who want to be designer. Now they know that we can do it, and they're still doing well. And they start from there. Like services start in 2000, maybe 2005 and 4, and by the 5th year they get picked up, and now they have a shop in Japan now, and of course they sell billions, and they start copying and selling platinum all the time. So it's all about like digital print, just started back then as well. So it's not only a runway. I mean, the brand like Prada or stuff like that doesn't play a big role in fashion anymore. It's more about Topshop and American Apparel. It's gone now, good for them. But one thing I like about Prada is like, I think it's the only brand that still creates, very innovative in terms of materials. Here, it's not only that we have a proper local brand, 2 minutes. It's also we have like lots of people doing things to sell like jewelry. It's all about jewelry and all the statement pieces. Let's go then. Let's see what people look like back then. It's getting better than before, and the music was, going out is more fun as well. And if I have to pick the look of this time, this 5 years, it would be something like this. The global cup and the eyeliner. You call it eyeliners, right? Yeah, the sharp eyeliner. And the fluo color, all the jewelry. Oh, and now we're talking about now. It's gonna take 1 minute. I don't know what's gonna happen now, but what I think now is that you don't really need to create your own brand anymore. I mean, you only need to make maybe just one piece and make it each item, because now people want to look. Before that, they don't mind if they look, funny, but now it's like funny is not the word to dress up anymore. They want to look like cool, but look like straight-edge. And and I think it's a time that you need one exclusive item, like maybe that Kanye West sneakers, or that bag from the designer nobody knows until 5 years from now. So it's more like before, but now people care about the whole total look. They're not gonna put something so shout out. Is that the word? I don't know. And if I have to pick one look of now, it would be these slides. This is what I think that people dress like now. Not very quirky, not very high fashion, street, but look pensive, and always have something that you want to look at it and talk about it on themselves. He said, oh, okay, let's look back. So this is how far we went. Oh, the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Node. Now we'll go over to question and answers. But I'll just, while you're gathering some questions in your minds, I'll just start with one general question. How do you feel the work that you're doing at this time fits into a spirit of this era? I mean, we've had other eras like indie and so forth. Is there a movement or a trend or something that you feel you see something similar that you do that's in somebody else's art? Any of you?
I think what I do is... you go first. No, the thing I do at a party, right? And you only enjoy party when you kind of like. I would say we talk about the back of age. I would say people lost their age when they reach 30. It's true. And I remember I talked too much back in the days, but when you get older, you don't want to talk anymore. It's not that you don't have thing to say, but you're just too lazy to say, and you just let them talk, And in that sense, to me, just me, doing a party is not something that you can do, all the time. So and during that time when you're 20 to 30, you meet many people. That's a good thing about making a party. You meet many people and you see many interesting people, and it inspires you, and you apply what to do next in your life.
Roger, do you have any comment about whether you're part of a trend or a zeitgeist?
For movie, I don't think we have something changed much because movie is expensive. Making one movie, we still have to find funding project by project. So for us, it's just actually for last few years we have some like Maverick, like Novapon, that make yeah, the Novapon. He's one of young director. He can make independent movie more pop and can increase the audience. For independent movie nowadays, yeah, the audience is increased more and more. But for most of director, we are still want to show our work in the theater because that's the best place to show. You know, we shot it very neatly, mix the sound very neatly. So we want to show it in the perfect place. But when we put our work into the theater system, we face so many problems because the theater is still got too much power. They can put it in or pull it down on the program anytime. Yeah, we still have that problem.
Maybe we should go over to questions now, if you'd like to open it to the floor.
Do we have any questions or any comments from the floor เป็นภาษาไทยก็ได้นะครับเดี๋ยวผมจะทำหน้าที่แปลกลับไปกลับมาให้นะครับ Any comments? Any questions? Microphones will be given to you. Yes, please.
I wonder if you could talk about the DJ club scene.
Could you wait for a microphone, please? Sorry.
The DJ club scene, is there a parallel in the last 20 years between fashion, music, and which drugs were popular for men?
Say that again.
Is there a parallel between fashion, the music styles, and which drugs were the most popular?
Your microphone is horrible.
Drugs were the most popular.
Okay,
Drugs,
yes,
drugs.
I can. Thank you for the question. I personally believe, I think the parallel, when I look at it as like, you talk about two lines that goes together, it always started that when, and what drugs? Oh, drugs are way beyond everything, are way above, it's always there.
No, it's a different kind of drug. Like
Oh, drugs.
weed might be baggy look.
You know,
Cocaine might be another look.
right.
You know, ecstasy might be a third look.
What I think drugs and the genre of music goes together is all like if you take coke, it's only good for some kind of party. E is for the other kind, and my party is the drug is like beer. It's like rock party, so it doesn't work with like the E. My friend tried to do it before and said, oh, it's not working because the beat's not fast enough. It's true. Like now and the fashion music always goes together because I think, you know, the thing about fashion is that I think music never borrow anything from fashion, but fashion always takes things from music all the time. You know, I never know any, you know, musician that inspired from fashion, but fashion designer keep talking about David Bowie, like that band, this band Madonna, like all the time, you know. Let's talk about drug again. What interesting time now is like EDM. What I noticed that, you know, I used to do indie rock music. Which back then the energy was so high, like massive to me. But now the EDM comes. If you look at the sound waves, I don't know what it's called. Is that called the waves? Yeah, waveform. It's almost like the black tube. You know, it's like that. And so when the music gets faster, I think the drug that we will develop new kind of drug as well. It has to go with the music. Thank you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Any other questions or comments from the floor? We have, yeah, yes, please.
I can speak rather not about the
Okay. You can try.
the studio, they still follow what they got success. So we have only rom-com, we got only ghost movie. Even the biggest major studio for nowadays, like GTH, after they split into two studio, what project that they want is still rom-com and ghost movie. So they don't take any risk. Yeah. Financial is less and less after digital age.
Yep. One last question. Yes, at the back.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
my question is a little ambiguous, and either of you can pick it up. What would be your narrative to the Thai culture? You know, so art, music, social life, the then and the now, the new and the old. Like, what's your narrative to what is the Thai culture?
Okay. And this is to anybody? What is Thai culture now, yeah?
It's a hard question for me. Because I'm Thai. I think Thai is Thai. I don't know, like, what is Thai culture now? I think Thai people, they always like, can be anything they like. And I think Thailand, they're really open, I think. I've been everywhere, but I think Thai people, like I've been to another country, but I feel like I want to come back to Thailand because I can do whatever I want to do, you know. It seems like, oh, many things you have to follow, but I think we still do whatever we need to do. And I think we can say it's like Thailand really independent, but even like we still have like bad situation with political, but I think Thai people still do the same thing, you know. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, to me, it's just one word, it's drama. And which is, that's a good thing out of it, because I think it's a time that you can speak whatever you want, because you have the space to speak. And then you want to have opinion about the thing you see, everything you see. And then you want to have a fight. We never had that before. I mean, I remember when I was in high school that no like a debate in class or anything that you're gonna get people to talk and discuss about stuff. And now you see all the drama on the internet and people trash each other all the time, tear each other. I think that it happens every day, daily, and when there's the news, that people always have an opinion about it. So I think in the future, that's the culture now. In the future, we're gonna get better on discuss about things, and that's the good thing about drama in Thai culture now.
Well, I think I'll just like to thank all the panelists for all of their work, but just make an observation here that for all of the seeming difficulties of and rigidities of Thailand, there seems to be an incredible freedom that people can still feel to just go ahead and do what they want to do, just know how to play around with the boundaries and know how far they can push it. But the culture does seem to be continually expanding and progressing, and I think we've got 3 great examples of that today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you. Thank you all our panelists, Alex, Philip, and DJ Noel as well. Thank you so much. And Philip has also got a book with you today, right? How many copies you got?
Yes, there's copies of my book, Very Thai, outside there, where I'm happy to sign any copies if you want to go and get
It's
one.
Very Thai too, isn't it?
It's the 2nd edition of the book, so it was updated a couple of years ago.
And you'll be signing the book outside,
Yes.
for 30 minutes. So นะครับใครสนใจหนังสือของคุณผลิตนะครับสนใจติดต่อซื้อได้ที่หน้างานด้วยนะครับ Thank you so much for the session ขอบคุณมากครับ